Hey guys, what's up? You're watching the EJ Tech Show. I'm Sahil and this is my review for the Air One True Wireless Buds by Nothing, a new tech company that has decided to enter the already crowded Indian TWS market. This new kid on the block faces a lot of tough competition, but after spending some time with these very unusual looking pair of earbuds, I can confidently say you ain't seen nothing like this before. As always guys, before I start, please subscribe to our channel, and if you end up liking this video, give us a thumbs up as well. Priced at 5,999 rupees, the Nothing Air One wireless buds offer premium features that are rare in this price segment, including active noise cancellation, wireless charging, and even app support. But easily the standout feature is design. The company has adopted what they call a stripped-down aesthetic, and you can instantly see what they mean by that. The square-shaped charging case uses a completely transparent exterior material, and inside there are two cradles, one for each earbud. The idea here is to highlight the craftsmanship and see your earbuds as they charge. All other internals are hidden behind a pure white opaque covering inside the case and goes nicely with Nothing's vision for a clean design. Now there's a large dimple on the lid which not only makes it easier to open the case, but gave me a place to rest my thumb as I spun it around in my hand. So it's both practical and a nice treat for anyone who's into fidget spinners. The main material used to construct the case is polycarbonate, which feels durable enough, but it can pick up scratches, especially the bottom part of the case. Meanwhile, on the side there's a USB Type-C charging port and a button for pairing the earbuds. The buds themselves have a short stem each, and transparency is again the key design theme. The see-through stems expose the engineering, including microphones, magnets, and circuit board. A really nice touch is that each earbud has a red and white dot to differentiate between the left and right side. The dots also match the colors found inside the case, which makes it easy to know which bud belongs in which cradle. The earbuds also flaunt a bent-in-ear design with liquid silicone ear tips that are both smooth and comfortable. The medium ones that are mounted on the buds felt very snug in my ears, but you get two more sizes if you aren't happy with the default ones. Each bud weighs 4.7 grams, so you'll hardly notice their presence in your ears. This will come in handy for long runs or workouts. Speaking of which, Nothing Air One Buds gets an IPX4 rating, so they can handle some sweat and the odd splashes of water. The touch controls work really well on the Nothing Air One, and this is one of the best gesture implementations I've seen on any TWS. They're easy to get used to and are standard for operating many earbuds. Double tap for play or pause and triple tap for next song. A press and hold on either bud will toggle between three noise control modes: active noise cancellation, transparency, and off. You can choose the exact same noise control options from the Air One app, which I'll talk about in more detail in just a moment. Additionally, the earbuds have touch-sensitive stalks to adjust volume control, and there's also a sensor for in-ear detection, so playback is paused when you take off an earbud and resumed when you pop it back in your ear. Connectivity is through Bluetooth 5.2 that gives a stable link and didn't fail on me despite moving quite far away from the connected device. Bluetooth codec support includes the familiar AAC and SBC. However, they lack Qualcomm's aptX support, which isn't a deal breaker or anything, but it means certain Android devices may be better off streaming over SBC rather than AAC in order to experience better stability. Just an additional side note, Nothing Air One Buds work with Android devices running Android 5.1 or higher and iPhones equipped with iOS 11 or above. Once paired to your phone, you will need to download the Air One companion app to take over more controls of the earbuds. It offers the usual features like Find My Earbuds, the option to install firmware updates, and displays the battery remaining on earbuds as well as the case. While there are a decent amount of gesture controls, the customization options available in the app are kind of limited, as you can't really assign a lot of tasks for the hold and triple tap functions. Also, the buds miss out on voice assistant support, something I'm hoping will be introduced at some point down the line through a firmware update. The active noise cancellation on these earbuds work way better than I expected. Of course, it isn't going to be as intelligent or sensitive to changes in the environment as on more expensive pair of headphones, But for the price, there's a good level of noise cancellation available here. And the audio is also well isolated, especially when listening to music. Overall, the ANC does a terrific job of reducing steady sounds, such as rumbles of a car engine or the humming of an air conditioner. Once again, you can use the companion app to select your preferred level of noise cancellation. Maximum mode is great for when you're in a crowded place, but if you don't fancy the blocked out effect that comes with it, then the light noise cancellation mode should do the job well enough. Meanwhile, the transparency mode enhances the ambience around you, especially voices. The 11.6mm dynamic drivers do a pretty impressive job, as the buds sound pretty darn good. They've been created with the help of Stockholm-based Teenage Engineering audio brand that brings its tuning expertise. And that's why the sound details from these buds are excellent, while the instrument separation is fabulous. Although you can always choose to boost the bass from the equalizer setting found in the app. The default balance mode worked best for me, as I prefer a more neutral sound profile. Nothing Ear One uses 3 high-definition microphones to ensure voice calls come through loud and clear. In my testing, the person on the other end of the call could hear me clearly, and I didn't have any issues hearing them either. There's a 31 mAh battery in each bud, while the charging case has a 570 mAh cell inside. Nothing claims the earbuds can last up to 4 hours on a single charge with ANC turned on, and up to 5.7 hours with active noise cancellation turned off. With the charging case, the total tally goes up to 24 hours and 34 hours. In my testing with 50% volume and max noise cancellation enabled, the earbuds lasted me around 5 hours on a single charge. But do note that you'll get less endurance if you play videos or music at a higher volume. To fully top up the earbuds along with the case, it will take just under an hour. However, should the worst happen and you find yourself out of juice, just plug the earbuds back in the charging case for about 10 minutes and you're good to go for 50 minutes of playback with ANC and roughly 72 minutes without. Another perk of Nothing's debut earbuds is wireless charging, a feature that isn't common in this segment. The case is Qi certified and therefore compatible with all Qi enabled chargers. Nothing gets a lot of things right in its first attempt with the Ear One True wireless buds. There's good active noise cancellation, nearly faultless audio performance, and of course, a very refreshing design. More importantly, these earbuds offer flagship features at an accessible price point, making them very easy to recommend.
Hey guys, you're watching the EJ Tech Show. I'm Soham and this is my review of the Realme Watch 2 Pro wearable. Priced at 4,999 rupees, it's the brand's latest contender in the affordable wearable segment, and it's significantly cheaper than last year's Realme Watch S Pro. But does that mean it's not as good? Well, that's what I'm going to try and answer in this video. So if you do enjoy it, give it a thumbs up, and if you're watching this video on YouTube, subscribe to the Editor G channel for more tech reviews. Let's begin with the design of the Watch 2 Pro, and in that respect, it's certainly very different from the Watch S series from last year. It sports a square frame instead of a circle, with a body that's made entirely of plastic rather than metal. As a result, it may not be as premium or sturdy, but it is lighter on the wrist. While the back of the watch holds all the sensors and charging pins, there's one button on the side that's made of metal and has a nice yellow accent on it. The strap is made out of rubber and it's quite smooth and flexible, but the clasp is made of hard plastic that tends to dig into the wrist if you spend a lot of time resting your hands on a desk for things like typing or writing. The strap also gets the Dare to Leap branding in large letters, but it's in the same color as the strap itself, so it isn't as loud as it is on some other Realme products. The watch frame itself is quite large and bulky, so it may look slightly out of place on slimmer wrists than mine. It's also a bit uncomfortable while wearing to bed, so keep that in mind if you want to use the sleep tracking feature and have a habit of sleeping with one hand below your head. While exercising and using the many workout modes on offer, both the watch and strap are comfortable enough to wear, and the IP68 rating means you can get sweaty without worrying. The screen is a 1.75-inch panel with 320 by 385 pixels, achieving a 287 ppi. However, the bezels are quite large, especially on the bottom chin, and that does make it look a little less premium than the circular Watch S series. The screen is quite bright though, with 600 nits of peak brightness, and I used it at 40% throughout my time with it. The screen is also protected by glass and provides ample safety from minor scratches and scuffs. The screen refresh rate is 30 FPS, so scrolling through the interface is a smooth experience. While Realme has not mentioned if it's an LCD display or not, it certainly doesn't seem to be an OLED panel. The Watch 2 Pro is loaded with features and offers a lot of functionality for a wearable at this price point. There's 24/7 heart rate tracking that checks your heart rate at intervals of at least 5 minutes, and there's an SpO2 monitor as well. A feature I quite liked was that you can set the Watch 2 Pro to alert you if your heart rate drops below or shoots above a certain threshold. In my experience, the heart rate tracking was quite accurate when compared with an Apple Watch, and so was the SpO2 monitor, but I would still recommend using a pulse oximeter because they're likely to be more accurate and consistent. The Watch 2 Pro also gets 90 sports modes or workout modes, and they cover a wide variety of exercises. I used the strength training mode, and the calorie tracking was on par with my Apple Watch, but there was a slight delay in the heart rate tracking during the workout. There's a dedicated dual satellite GPS sensor as well that ensures better precision for when you're trying to track a run. Apart from all this, the Watch 2 Pro can also track steps, sleep, give sedentary and hydration reminders, which is good to see at such an affordable price point. The Realme Watch 2 Pro runs on a proprietary operating system, much like previous Realme Watch models, so apps and watch faces are limited to whatever Realme has preloaded on the device. There are a good number of useful apps though, like one to check your overall daily activity, a weather app, timer, stopwatch, and more. There's also an app for guided breathing, another one to find your smartphone, and one to use as a shutter button for taking pictures with the connected device. There's no microphone on the Watch 2 Pro to have calls with, but you can use it to reject calls, which is quite a handy feature. Plenty of watch faces are available, over 100 in fact, but it's worth noting that they cannot be customized. The Watch 2 Pro is overall pretty responsive, but there's always room for improvement. For starters, the interface does seem a bit sluggish at times, and the raise to wake feature can also be a bit slow. Despite Bluetooth 5.0 connectivity, I sometimes noticed that the device would disconnect itself from the paired smartphone and not reconnect automatically. Also, sleep tracking wasn't the most accurate. While the smartwatch was still within a fair margin of error for a wearable that costs around 5,000 rupees, it still recorded less sleep than I actually got. However, most of these issues can be fixed with a software update in the future and doesn't take much away from what seems to be a pretty decent user experience. You can use the Realme Link app to sync all the data collected by the Watch 2 Pro, including things like workout sessions, sleep, heart rate, and SpO2 tracking. It's fairly easy to use and everything is in the right place, but I would have liked to see more information when it came to things like sleep analysis. The app is also necessary for updating the device and is available on both iOS and Android. The Watch 2 Pro houses a 390 mAh battery, same as the Watch S, and that gives a 2-week battery life. In my time, I didn't need to go near the charger even once, and on a daily basis, the device barely lost more than 12% of its battery. The battery life is certainly one of the most impressive aspects of the Realme Watch 2 Pro. The Realme Watch 2 Pro is a nice option for someone that wants to dive into the world of wearables without spending a large sum of money. At a competitive price point of 4,999 rupees, it offers plenty of functions and superb battery life, making it great value for money. Now do stay tuned to the EJ Tech Show, because up next is my review of the Realme Buds Wireless 2 neckband earphones. Hey guys, you're watching the EJ Tech Show. I'm Soham and this is my review of the Realme Buds Wireless 2 neckband earphones. Available for just 2,299 rupees, this is one of the cheapest pairs of active noise cancellation earphones you can buy right now. So in this video, I'm going to tell you if they're any good and worth buying. If you do like what you see, give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the Editor G channel for more tech reviews. The Buds Wireless 2 sport a neckband design and are built quite well. Everything is soft to the touch and feels quite sturdy. In this base yellow color, they look quite stylish as well. The Buds Wireless 2 are lightweight, even lighter than the previous generation at just 29 grams. On the right side of the neckband, there's 4 buttons, one for toggling the noise cancellation and transparency mode, 2 for volume, and 1 multifunction button that can play, pause, or change tracks. The ANC button can also be used to switch between multiple paired devices or to turn on the low latency game mode. Meanwhile, the multifunction button can be used to answer, reject, or end calls, along with being able to summon the voice assistant. There are no touch controls, but with the neckband design, physical buttons are usually the way to go. The Buds Wireless 2 come with a 13.6mm bass boost driver that offers good sound quality, especially for those that prefer punchy bass tones. They also support high-resolution audio codecs like AAC and SPC, but the biggest highlight is support for Sony's LDAC codec that transmits audio data at a much higher rate than conventional SPC codecs. As a result, it delivers better audio quality and less distortion, and seeing this feature at such a competitive price point is impressive. It is worth noting that the high-res audio mode needs to be enabled using a paired smartphone. To take advantage of the bass boost driver, there's a bass boost plus mode that can be tuned using the Realme Link app, but I'll address that further when I talk about the sound quality. Like I said, the ANC button can be used to toggle the 88 millisecond super low latency mode that should help in reduced lag between the audio and video while playing mobile games. Apart from this, the Buds Wireless 2 get magnetic earbuds that turn off when connected to each other and quickly turn back on when they're separated. Moreover, Google Fast Pair helps pair the earphones to a compatible device quickly without the need for manual pairing. The earphones also come with an IPX5 rating, which means that they're okay enough to wear during a light workout, but if you do tend to sweat a lot, it's not advisable to wear these while doing an intense workout. The Realme Buds Wireless 2 run on the Realme R2 chip, which helps provide a pretty good active noise cancellation experience. It filters out most constant noises like air conditioners and general office sounds, but sudden high-frequency noises like car honks do make it through. The transparency mode also works well to let in ambient noise if you're in a public place and want to be aware of your surroundings. The overall sound quality on the earbuds is quite impressive and they get really loud. They're tuned to appeal to users that like bass-heavy music, but you can also use the bright mode on the Realme Link app to get better performance when listening to podcasts and watching movies. For high-resolution audio, there is of course support for the LDAC codec as long as you have music files or music streaming apps that can take advantage of it. Bluetooth version 5.0 on the Buds Wireless 2 means you can get a decent range of connectivity, and I did not experience any interruptions in playback during my usage. Occasionally, I experienced a bit of lag between the audio and video on multiple apps like Netflix and YouTube, and I hope that's something that Realme fixes with a future update. Call quality on the Buds Wireless 2 is really good, and I both managed to hear people clearly and was told that my voice was clearly audible as well. Realme has provided something called VOC Plus AI noise cancellation, and it does help reduce the amount of ambient noise around you when you're on a call. The Buds Wireless 2 are also quite comfortable to wear for long periods of time, and there are extra ear tips to help you find the perfect fit for your ears. Plus, since the entire package is quite light, you won't really feel the band sitting on your neck. The Realme Link app offers some customization for the earphones. For instance, you can change the active noise cancellation mode and toggle the sound effects as well. You can also use the app to enable the game mode and change what the multifunction button and the ANC button do based on the amount of times you press each button. The Buds Wireless 2 come with USB Type-C charging, which is good to see at this price point, and they also have quite a long battery life. In my mixed usage, I got well over 20 hours of playback before they gave out, and this was while using the active noise cancellation mode. If you do use the active noise cancellation mode and LDAC high-res audio mode constantly, you will eat into the battery life a lot quicker, but that's not a problem because these support dart charge. This means you can get almost 12 hours of playback with just a 10-minute top-up, and despite Realme saying it takes 50 minutes to charge to full, the Buds indicated 100% to me on the app within just 20 minutes of charging from 0%, which is really impressive. Overall, I don't think you can ask for much more at this competitive price point of 2,299 rupees. For that money, you're getting active noise cancellation, great battery life, a convenient form factor, and support for high-resolution audio. So if you're considering buying a pair of wireless earphones, these should definitely be on your list.